Hi everyone, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I've gathered 3 of my favorite summer decorating videos, put them into one for you. If you are looking for some summer decorating inspiration, I've got quite a variety for you leading up to my latest one if you missed that. So I'm adding 3 videos together, lots of summer decorating. So if you are looking for some summer decorating inspiration, look no further and stay tuned because you are going to love this one. So I'm really excited about switching out this wreath. I love this wreath, and quite honestly, it was a little hard for me to take it apart because I loved it so much, but no problem. I can always remake this again next season. I love using what I have instead of buying brand new things. So for the most part, I did use everything that I already had. I picked up a few of those florals that I just showed you, and I'm going to be putting those in this wreath to go with the theme that I got going on. I decided to leave the greenery and the white flowers that were already in here. So now I'm just adding the other white flowers that I purchased, and then I'm going to add in those really adorable strawberries. If you are new to my channel and this is the very first video that you are watching of mine, I just want to quickly say thank you. And if you are a returning subscriber, I also want to say thank you to you as well. And I would love it if you clicked that subscribe button for my newbies if you haven't already. And make sure that you hit that notification bell as well. That way you get notified each and every time I upload a brand new video so you don't miss out on anything. For extra content, you can also follow me over on my Instagram. I will leave my handle up here on the screen. I will also leave a clickable link so you can go directly to my Instagram page and you can follow me there. And just look how cute she is. I love this wreath. I've never decorated with strawberries before. I have in the past with lemons. Several years I did that and I loved that look as well, but I wanted something different. So going with the strawberry look, it was a very bold color, choosing that red, but I am really, really loving this cute look for summer. Originally, this curtain is a 3-piece set and it is for a cafe style curtain. So it usually has the top valance and then the 2 side panels, which go like in the very center of the window. I'm sure you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. But the valance was not long enough to fit, or wide enough, I should say, to fit my window. And I came up with the solution to use the side panels here for each side. A part of me thinks that they're too short, but then the other part of me really loves the way this looks. I can always buy another pack and sew more to the length. I just have to really make sure that pattern looks good lined up. But what do you think? Let me know down in the comments if you think this looks cute the way it is, if I need to add a little bit more length to this or what. I want to know your thoughts, but right now I'm really digging the way this looks. And now I'm going to take that mixing bowl that I shared with you and just place it right under here where my mixer is. When I go to use this, I'm going to go ahead and put my original mixing bowl in here, but I love how this looks. I keep this on my counter, and I just thought this was a really pretty mixing bowl to set underneath my mixer. So it ties in with everything that I got going on, and it looks really pretty. Right now that everything is getting really nice and warm outside, all of my flowers are blooming. So I have some iceberg roses and some geraniums in my backyard. So I went ahead and picked one of each, and I just think it looks so pretty sitting here on my sink next to my hand soap and my dish soap dispensers. All of the florals that I will be adding to this I found at the Dollar Tree. I really wanted to find some high quality geraniums, some red ones to add to this mantle, but unfortunately I didn't find any that I liked, so I'm gonna do without the red, and it might work out better. I'm really loving the blue. I also add a pop of yellow in here as well. I'm not sure how much I am loving it. I might have to switch out the photo in that frame. Maybe the colors are kind of clashing with each other, but I really love to tie everything all in together, so there isn't like so many random different colors with the two rooms that flow together, because the family room and kitchen do flow together and they're pretty open to each other. So I kind of wanted to pick up the colors that were in that window treatment, and they did have that blue and the yellow. So the only other color that I'm missing is that red. So the closer that we get to like 4th of July, I will probably take out the yellows and add more of just red, white, and blue. I love decorating for like a patriotic type stuff. I love using like vintage type style items and all that. So stay tuned for some videos like that this June, July. And now I'm just going to come over here where I have my china cabinet, and I have this planter box that I like to decorate. So I'm just going to take out that peach colored flower and add in more of that blue and yellow. So when I was thinking of ways to add color to my sofa, I have some pillow covers that are a toile blue, and I thought that would look really pretty with the blue that I'm using in this video. But I tried putting them on my pillow inserts, and you'll see here in just a few minutes that they did not fit. So I went back into my closet where I have a lot of my pillow covers and throw pillows and stuff like that, and I ended up finding these really pretty red toile pillows, so I ended up using those instead. And then I have a flower market pillow that is going to go right in the center, and I think this worked out perfectly. As I was taking a look around both of these rooms, I looked at this basket here and realized that it really needed just something a little bit more. And I did find some greenery that I just kind of put off to the side that spills out with some little tiny white flowers. And I love how everything is looking. I think it looks bright, it looks summery, and it just all came together so beautifully. So before I decorate, I really like to just take a look around and see where I want to start first, because if I don't do it that way, it really does get overwhelming and it sucks all of the fun out of the decorating. So I always start by putting the things back that I know without a doubt I will have to use. So I am putting my dish soap and my hand soap back over here by the sink, and I wanted to add that lavender color and just a little bit of French country look to it. So I found one of my vintage teacups that had some purple in there, and I thought it was fitting with the lavender. And then I'm just adding my little scrub brush over here, and this is just that subtle little touch of French country and lavender in this little area. I found these beautiful canisters at Kirkland's thanks to another YouTuber many months ago, and these will always stay up on my countertop. I used my Cricut machine to make those little labels that you see on the front, and then of course I have to add my salt and pepper holders as well as my oil and vinegar tray over here by the stove. I found this adorable white tray at Hobby Lobby so long ago. I don't even know if they still have it. And then that salt and pepper holder I found on Amazon. The oil and vinegar bottles I found at Marshall's. I feel like I hand wash dishes daily, so I think it's only fitting that I keep my dish dryer up here, and I love that warm wood color that it brings to the countertop as well. It gives that French country feel to it. And then over here in the corner, I'm just taking a white pitcher and adding a bundle of lavender just to add that little pop of lavender over here in this empty little corner. When I was at the store, I found these super cute and very real looking bundles of lavender, and I had remembered that I had these terracotta pots that I had kind of whitewashed, painted, and made them look a little rustic. And I'm like, you know what? Those would look so pretty on my windowsill, and it would just look like these cute little potted lavender plants. So that's all I did, was I just stuck them right in the pot, and that stem kind of fit right in that hole down at the bottom so they didn't move around. You can also use floral foam to keep them from moving around if you don't want to just stick them in there and you want it a little more permanent. But for me, I always switch things around, and I didn't feel like it was really necessary to buy that extra stuff. Another thing that I feel like I really have to keep on the countertop are Rocco's dog treats and Kirby's cat food. And I love using my diffuser here in the kitchen, and I wanted to place that back up here as well. I got this cute little tray at HomeGoods, and the diffuser I found on Amazon. However, it was not white. So I painted it white, and I also added that little applique. So I will leave a link to this diffuser, but it is going to just be a blank wood diffuser, and you can easily paint it white and add your own applique, and I will try to find the link to the website that I use for all of my appliques. And then I'm just using a lavender and Palo Santo essential oils here. I didn't really want to put my bread box away, but I also didn't want to place it back on the countertop and crowd up things. So I decided to place it on top of the refrigerator. My boys are teenagers, and they are most definitely tall enough to reach up here now. So I decided to just go ahead and place it up here. And then I felt like it needed something a little more on the other side, and I'm going to go with that sage color as well as that peach that I'm going to be using. So I found these faux peaches at Hobby Lobby a few years back, and I love them. They look so lifelike. So I'm just adding those to this wooden bowl along with a lamb's ear garland, and then just placing it right up there next to the bread box. I did shop my house for this look that I'm going for up here, and I found that bowl at HomeGoods a while back. The lamb's ear garland and those faux peaches were from Hobby Lobby a few years ago. And then for this bread box, I made this a few years ago, and it was just a regular wooden box. I painted it, added some distressing and that beautiful applique, and then stenciled the words on the front. Over here on my island, I wanted to add some layers of texture and colors, and I thought that it would look so pretty if I kind of layered some cutting boards, added a beautiful lavender wreath, and then a cake plate with just a small little plate in here with some breakfast muffins. I love this little look in here, and I think it looks so adorable. At the time when I purchased these, I really had every intention of decorating my mantle somehow with them, but once I had them at home and I was looking around my house, I thought they would look even better over here in this basket with my island, because I really wanted to tie in that sandy peach color with the lavender that I already had in here. And then I'm just going to add some small pieces of eucalyptus stems and some other small pieces of lamb's ear, and I love how this looks. I think it looks so pretty and very summery. Now that I'm all finished here in the kitchen, I am going to move on into the family room and the dining room area. Here in the family room, I'm just going to add some subtle hints of summer over here on my ottoman, and then I'm going to be switching out a little bit of the decor up here on the mantle. So for the dining room area, I'm just going to be decorating my hutch, and I have loved this garland that I placed up here, but it's time to go. I will be decorating the top of this hutch with some beautiful lavender and eucalyptus. I found a few bunches of these lavender bundles at Hobby Lobby. They were 50% off, and then I shopped my house for this eucalyptus. I got it a really long time ago at Walmart, and I'm not sure if they still have it, but I love it. It looks like real dried eucalyptus. So I originally had it all up draped like I had that previous garland up there, and I did not like the way it looked, so I took it all down and then just left the sides and then loosely placed the lavender bundles on each side. I'm not sure if I may keep it this way. I have to let it sit with me. I am not 100% loving it. I feel like it's kind of lopsided. I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Trust me, I'm not going to worry about what you say. I am truly wondering what you think about it and what I should do. I thought about adding maybe a beautiful basket and kind of loosely placing all of the lavender on one side in a basket. I'm not sure. So if you have any ideas for me to kind of switch this around, I am all ears. And then I thought I would add this beautiful lavender wreath right here in the center to just kind of balance those two sides. I have loved this simple look over here for spring, but I really wanted to incorporate the lavender over here, and I thought that the lavender would look so pretty here in this planter box and very simple. So I took one of those bundles and just cut up all of those stems, and then I'm just placing it here in the planter box. And I already have a piece of floral foam in here, and I covered up most of that foam with some moss that I just kind of left down in there. But I think this turned out so pretty, and it was so easy to do.
First time I ever saw you, I fell in love when you entered the room. And when the light hit your...
I feel like my summer decor is never complete unless I add this beautiful mermaid. I've been using her for years, and I love adding her to this mantle up here, and it totally goes with that seaside look that I want. I love these shells, and I love how it has that peach color in there that also ties in with those peach florals in the kitchen. And I feel like this is just enough. Didn't want to overdo it, but I love how I brought that seaside coastal look for summer, as well as that beautiful lavender.
I would do without you. You are the one I choose.
Moving on over here to my ottoman, I am just going to remove the greenery that I had in this decor piece. We all know what this was used for. Way back in the day, I kind of had a feeling that's what it was used for. I'm sure someone will mention in the comments. I'm not going to say it on here just because I want to know if not most of you know what this was used for. But I had a feeling, and I purchased it anyway because I just think it's so beautiful. I love the detail in it, and I just feel like you can use this in so many places in your home for decor. You can roll up some hand towels and place it in the bathroom. You can do so many different things with this, and I know so many women that decorate with these things, and they always make them look so beautiful. But here you can see that I just added some more of those shells over here and more of that lamb's ear to give it a little bit of color. I really hope that you enjoyed the first two videos. If you are a returning subscriber, you are familiar with those two, but I hope that you had a chance to rewatch them and see things that you missed, or maybe something else inspired you that didn't inspire you the first time. And now we are going to end this video with my latest decorating video, and I do plan on doing another one soon, but here we go. Let's get into it, and I hope you guys all enjoy. So who else is ready to say goodbye to clutter and hello to fresh summer ready space? I definitely was, and I was kind of getting tired of looking at the same thing. For me, I love change, and I definitely love change throughout the season. I love switching up my decor, even if it's just a little bit, changing a curtain here and there. And I went through some of my things, and I found this really cute gingham printed fabric, and some of these were curtains and pillowcases that I made years ago, and I'm just going to modify the curtain part and add that to my kitchen. And then I have these cute pillow covers that I will be adding to my living room space. I also found these curtains that were a toile print, and I decided not to use them later on in the video, but I'm going to switch out my kitchen curtain right now, and I do have that blue up, and I'm just going to switch it to the green. It just gives a fresh, nice summer feel. I haven't shopped for decor in forever. I normally shop my house, but this time I wanted something a little new and different. So I was at Home Goods and I found this fresh wreath and some other things. This is just a drawing mat that I found. I thought it was really pretty. I loved that blue flower print on there, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. But I will be using that wreath in my kitchen. I have this little space over by my window, and I normally don't know what to do with it. And for the past year or so, I've had this cute little circular cutting board up there, and I just switch out the wreath throughout the seasons. And I did have this lavender wreath up here for springtime, and I thought I would just switch it out, going with that fresh feel theme. I thought I would add this green wreath, and it just looks perfect. And I think it's actually made with real leaves, like real dried leaves, and I just really love the way this looks. And now I'm going to clear off my countertops and clean them really well. I love doing this when I'm switching out my decor. I have this Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day multi-surface cleaner. This is a concentrated recipe, I guess you would call it, and I'm just going to mix about a capful of it into some water. And the scent is Bluebell, and it smells so good, and it really is setting that vibe for a fresh feel in here, and I absolutely love it. What is your favorite way to incorporate summer colors into your decor? I would really love to know. If you aren't one to really switch out your decor much or anything, I would like to know how you actually incorporate summer colors into your existing decor. Let me know down in the comments below. Oh, know it smells absolutely amazing in here, and I'm just curious, does anyone else love the smell of freshly cleaned countertops as much as I do? Because I just find it so satisfying. Let me know down in the comments below. Now I'm just going to be putting most of my items back on my countertops. I am kind of switching a few things around, which you'll see here in just a minute. But I am curious to know if you have any tips for keeping your kitchen organized during the busy months of summer. I know that some of you guys have younger kids and it does get pretty crazy. And if you have any tips for keeping your kitchen organized during the busy summer months, let us all know by typing that into the comments below. I love displaying my items on my countertops in a very pretty way because I just think it looks better, and I love keeping Rocco's treats in this cute jar, and I made a label with it using my Cricut machine. And then I also have Kirby's cat food on the countertop as well, and I also use the same concept by putting it in a pretty jar and putting a cute label on it using my Cricut machine. Switching things up just a little bit in here, I wanted to add a little bit of brightness to this corner, and when I was at HomeGoods I found this adorable lamp, and it was totally going with the concept of that green, and I love how it matched the French country toile that I'm going to be using in the living room, and it just looks beautiful. I love that crystal on here and that little pop of gold, and it really adds a little bit of character here in the corner. And I think it was $19.99 at HomeGoods, and I originally just placed it in the corner not thinking anything, but the more I looked at it I thought it would look even better with some type of a pedestal. So I found a candle holder that I had previously been using, and I placed it over here and just set the lamp on it. And then I'm going to be re-adding my canisters that I absolutely love. I found these at Kirkland's online a few years ago, and then again I used my Cricut machine making some really cute labels. Since I wanted to free up some space and do some decluttering, I am going to be placing my oil and vinegar bottles and my salt and pepper holder in my cabinet with the rest of my spices, just freeing up some space and making it look a little less cluttered on my countertops. And this is the little mini pedestal candle holder thing that I was talking about a few minutes ago, and I was actually using this for my salt and pepper holder and my oil and vinegar bottles right by my stove. I have another one that I use as a candle holder, but I thought this would look perfect over here in the corner, just giving it a little more character and adding some height to this beautiful lamp. And I think everything looks so beautiful, nice and cleaned up, and just giving it a fresh new feel in here. Switching out things out of the original packaging and adding that beauty of everything just flowing together. And I love that look that switching things out into pretty bottles and canisters really do to your home. And I did that with my soap bottles, my dish soap and my hand soap, and placing it on a beautiful tray. And then I'm going to be adding this candle here in my kitchen. It is a eucalyptus lavender scented candle, and it's just really setting the mood for everything that I have already finished in here, giving it a fresh feel and just a really comfortable vibe. And I know that green isn't necessarily a summer color, it's more of a spring color, but I wanted to add something fresh and just really clean in here. And maybe July or August I'll add some pops of color, but for now I love the way this green is really looking here in the kitchen. I'm not going to really do much over here and redecorate my hutch, but going with the concept of cleaning things up and decluttering, I'm just going to be removing this wreath that I had up for spring and just kind of cleaning it up like I said. And I really like how it gave that concept of that decluttering. You don't always have to add a ton of stuff because sometimes less is more, and I just think it looked pretty just the way it was with how I had it decorated on top. And then moving on into the living room, I have my mantle over here, and then I'm just going to be switching out my pillow covers here on my sofa. While I was at Home Goods, I really lucked out and found these green toile pillows, and I believe they're originally for a bedroom, but I didn't care. I was looking for some green toile and I found some, so I was definitely going to use that to my advantage. And I did not like the filling of these. I didn't like the inserts that they had, and I wanted to use my own. I don't like the stiff pillows. I like to give it a little chop. No, some of you guys don't like that, but I love giving it that chopped look, and these are definitely unchoppable, so I took them out. I added my own feather down inserts. Now I'm just switching out my blue toile smaller pillow covers, and I'm going to be adding that same gingham print that I have in my kitchen. And I made these pillow covers many years ago before I even moved into this house, so I want to say it was probably 8 years ago, and I really like these. These are super cute, and I was actually pretty shocked that I still had them, but I'm glad I didn't get rid of them because this all goes so perfectly, and I am really loving the green. Now I'm just going to add my throw blankets because no matter what the season is, no matter how hot it is outside, I always have my air on. Well, not always have my air on. I have my air on during the super hot months of summer, and I like it a little cold, and I always love to snuggle with a nice throw blanket. So I'm going to be adding a couple throw blankets to the end of my chase side of my sofa. Okay, now who's getting inspired to add a pop of greenery to their living room after seeing these ideas? I definitely love the way this looks. I shocked myself actually as I thought of adding green. I thought, I don't know, it might not be enough, but it definitely is. I feel like it's very neutral but fresh at the same time, and I love this French country look that I am getting with the toile print and just all the cozy vibes in here, and I love it. Before I started this decor video, I really wanted to switch things up drastically with my mantle, but I wanted to keep the color. After I did everything else, I thought, you know what, I'm going to keep the color, I'm going to keep the way this mantle looks, and I really love that pink up here with the green, and everything just goes already perfectly with the vibe that I am going with. So I'm going to keep the mantle the way it is for now, and I will most likely switch it up in a little bit, and stay tuned for that video. I want to completely switch it up. I want to switch out that print that I have on the wall and the planter and everything. So stay tuned because I have a few ideas in mind, but for now I just want to keep it the way it is. I just think it looks perfectly and everything just flows too perfect to switch that part up. Well, that is it for today's video. I hope this video truly inspired you to do some decorating and gave you some ideas. I think green is such a fresh way to add something different to your home if you don't already have that color, and you can always add a color to it. I actually thought of adding pops of yellow to bring in that summer feel, but I really just liked the way the green looked alone with the rest of the creams and whites that I had in here. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you truly loved today's video, please make sure that you give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below, and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will definitely see you in the next one. I hope you all have an amazing day. Thanks again for watching. Bye.